Welcome, 8th graders, to today's Explainer. We're talking about the divine blueprint for personal narrative writing. Now, if you've ever just sat there staring at a blank piece of paper feeling totally stuck, you are in the exact right place. Because today, we're really transforming how you look at writing. It isn't just a homework chore. It's actually this profound opportunity to share a piece of your heart.
So let's jump right in with a super powerful piece of scripture. Habakkuk 2:2 says, "Write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so he may run who reads it." I mean, think about that phrase, make it plain. When you use a divine blueprint for your writing, whoever reads your words doesn't have to struggle or guess what you mean. They get it instantly. They connect with your experience, and they can just run with it. Here's our roadmap for today. First, the vision for your story. Then, what is a personal narrative? Next, why planning actually matters. Followed by, how to build your story. Then we'll cover your narrative mission. And finally, education, morality, and peace. All right, Section 1. What is a personal narrative? Expressing ideas with clear focus. So, what are we actually talking about here? Basically, a personal narrative is a true story pulled straight from your own life experiences. It's not some made-up fiction, and it's definitely not a dry history report. But, and this is key, it's also not just a boring diary entry of everything you did on a Tuesday, right? It specifically zeroes in on a meaningful event, maybe a person who really changed you, or a deep lesson you've learned. It's a vital, exciting slice of your life. Now, to make your story absolutely unforgettable, you've got to have 4 essential ingredients figured out before your pencil even touches the paper. Think of these as the rock-solid foundation of your blueprint. First up, characters, the real people in your life. Second, your setting. The exact where and when that puts us right there in the room with you. Third is the plot, which is just the actual sequence of events. And fourth, honestly, the most important one is your theme. Like, what is the main insight or big lesson you're actually trying to share with us? Moving on to Section 2, why planning actually matters. Direction, purpose, and emotional impact. Look, we've all been there. Without a plan, you end up writing what I call a what happened report. It just kind of wanders around, loses focus, skips all the juicy details, and, well, frankly, falls flat. But a planned narrative? That changes the game completely. Because you've already mapped out your foundation, your story actually has a purposeful sequence. It feels alive. The person reading it literally feels like they're right there beside you, feeling that exact same emotional impact. Which brings us to Section 3, how to build your story using 3 practical approaches. Okay, approach number 1, choose a theme first. Let's say your big idea is perseverance, right? Planning your story around that one concept helps you instantly figure out which moments to highlight and which ones to just toss out. You're definitely going to write vividly about the scraped knees, the frustration, and falling off your bike like a million times before you finally rode it down the street. Your theme acts as a filter that keeps only the absolute best details. Our second approach is organizing things chronologically. This perfectly maps out a journey over time, like, say, a spelling bee. You start with the kickoff, hearing about the contest in week 1, then you walk us through the crazy studying process over the next couple of weeks, the nail-biting competition itself, and finally, the big emotional results at the end. It's just a really natural step-by-step progression that pulls your reader right through time with you. And then there's approach number 3, focusing on one single event. Instead of trying to cram your entire awesome summer vacation into one paper, which, trust me, is way too broad to do well, you just zoom in on one single compelling day. Like maybe the afternoon you and your cousin got super lost on a hiking trail. Zooming in on that one specific event gives you all the ingredients you need for a complete, thrilling story. All right, Section 4, your narrative mission and action steps. So, here is your actual battle plan to get this outline done. Step 1, just brainstorm 3 possible themes from your life. Step 2, pick your absolute favorite one and briefly describe the main event. Step 3, write down 2 characters who are involved. Step 4, capture your setting in just one incredibly detailed sentence. And Step 5, put those planned events in order. I promise you, if you follow these exact steps, that scary blank page is going to transform into a living, breathing story. And now for our final part, Section 5, Education, Morality, and Peace, the HeroesMart Academy philosophy. The HeroesMart Academy Godly Learners series weaves biblical morality directly into your studies for a really crucial reason. It's because education without morality, well, it's gonna hurt. Seriously, what is the point of being super smart and highly educated if you just keep making bad choices that end up hurting yourself or the people around you? True education is really about building a solid moral framework to guide how you use all that intelligence out in the real world. This whole idea is beautifully anchored by the promise in Romans chapter 8, verses 6 and 7. It promises peace of mind to everyone who keeps their minds spiritual. And honestly, that's a truth we see playing out every single day. A spiritually grounded mind brings this incredible, profound peace, while a mind that's only focused on selfish stuff, yeah, that just brings chaos.
So, as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a pretty big thought. Yes, you are learning how to write personal narratives for school, but really, you're actively writing the story of your future right now. So, how will you use your education, along with your strong moral compass, to write the true story of your life? Take this blueprint we talked about today, make your vision plain, and go write something absolutely incredible.